Welcome back to the party. We're getting ready for the holiday of Sukkot in the Torah. It's coming up on the 15th of the Hebrew month of Tishrei. Very exciting time. And yeah, we're only a couple days away. It's the holiday of our joy, where we reveal the joy of the Creator in the world. The process really started on the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah. But that was in a spiritual sense. And then Sukkot is to reveal that joy in the physical world. Welcome,
Hi,
Mashiach.
Kobe. Can you hear me?
Yes. How are you? Hopefully you're
It's
good.
We're gonna have the best of sukkahs.
Yes, I agree.
Mamish. It's gonna be mamish geschmaldik.
Literally and figuratively at once.
It's gonna be gavaldik. We're gonna have a sukkah. It's gonna be good.
Yes.
Kobe.
Yo, that's cracking.
And we're all. I have an important discussion to have with you.
Let's hear it.
We need to emphasize being in a good
What does that mean?
There's only one Klal Yisrael, and we all have to do it together.
Nice. What does a good achas mean for those of us who speak only Spanish?
It means one group.
One group.
I think it might literally mean circle.
Interesting. One bundle, probably.
Those who have it, is there even anyone here? There's two people here.
That's
us. Oh, there's Lou. Hi, Lou. What's good, Lou?
People are scrolling through, but the good question is how many people actually stay. That's the real question.
Rolling through.
See, all these guys at the bottom, they're all joining, and then they leave a second later once they see they're really fun again. It's all good. Nice red jacket. So where are you? You're in Massachusetts or no?
It says, it says, Am Yisrael you.
You're in Boston right now? No.
Yeah, I'm always in Boston. Go Boston, yo.
That's not that
Red
far.
Sox.
I thought you were like cross country or something. You're like a few bus rides away, basically.
I got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so speaking of bus rides, I saw something magnificent. And it's nothing close to the magnificence of the Pnimius, of the Malchus, of the Rebbe at 7-7.
Wait, are you still there? Can you hear me? Because your mic cut out. Can you hear me? Something's happening. What's brutal? Is it me or you? Wait, it cut out for a second.
Yeah,
I couldn't hear anything you were... Wait, were you just saying something?
No, I had a phone call.
Yeah,
because I had a phone call coming in. Someone's trying to call me. So, what I was trying to tell you, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Kobe.
Yes.
So just like Hashem wants us ultimately to see his Alps, and he wants us to see his Gashmias, to appreciate his creation, so too, you've got to see the Gashmias of Limud Torah. Like the chitzonius of a room full of Geshmaka Bachrim learning, specifically in this place, is the biggest godless of learning I've ever seen anywhere, except I haven't ever seen BMG in session, but I saw Chavetz Chaim in session, and it was gewaldic. I mean, imagine like the stock market, but Yiddishkeit.
But what exactly are you talking about for our viewers? They're just coming.
Specifically, Chavetz Chaim Queens is the coolest energy of Limud Torah I've ever seen anywhere.
Where is it? In Queens? It's like a shul?
Yeah, Kew Garden Hills. No. It's not a synagogue. It's like a giant pyramid almost of learning Torah, and it's so cool.
That's brutalistic.
It's so amazing. It's like imagine that energy of the stock market and all the guys are haggling over prices. It's that, but it's Bava Basra.
Not Chabad place, I'm guessing.
Now I've got to tell something to this dark triad guy. You've got to know that truth is philosomatic. God loves his people, and that's it.
Nice. Maybe
Whoever
I'll
this
go
guy
there one
is.
day. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
it's
grab the
worth it. And
comments.
you go bring Chassidus. Teach a guy a thing.
Hey, what's up, Koala?
You guys look identical.
Maybe we are
No,
identical.
we look different. See, I've got a beard, and he's got a beard, and I've got a nose that looks like a 6, and so does he.
Yeah, I live in New York City, and I swear I heard Yiddish underneath my apartment last night.
Oh yeah, was there tunnels underneath?
I think so. No,
Yeah.
don't worry, man. I'm not a
I'm
Hamas.
sorry, I am not allowed to Shane on the podcast.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess their AI is really good at catching that. I
So
guess.
why are you guys Jews?
Yes, we are. And did you know? Do you know anything about Judaism?
Assalamu alaikum, brother. Of course I do.
Wa alaikum salam, habibi.
Hey, alaikum.
No, it's,
They keep telling me I have to kick you every few seconds. That's pretty brutal. I don't know. TikTok keeps saying if I don't kick him, I'm going to be banned. One more time. Hopefully, I don't know.
I've read Mein Kampf about 3 times.
yeah, thank you, Kobe. That guy's disgusting. That doesn't deserve to be on here. If he's still listening, though, there's a basic principle called the 7 Noahide laws, where you have a potential to create a little holiness. Well, you have potential to create potential for holiness in the world by keeping those mitzvahs, and we'll actionalize on the potential for holiness. The klipat noga, the shell of light.
The shining shell, right? No? You're still there? I'm not sure if you're there or not. This guest microphone is currently not available. Not sure what happened to your microphone. But for some reason he's not able to come on. Let's try to re-invite him again. No, he's basically talking about in the world there's 3 kinds of shells, meaning like essentially it says that 3/4 of the world is like complete evil, while 1/4 is potentially good, and within that 1/4 of potential good, there's only a tiny bit of actual good. So, in a deeper meaning, the 3/4 of total bad that refers to 3 shells, so to speak, 3 different types of metaphorical and metaphysical spiritual shells that conceal the goodness. So, like a shell of a fruit, it's like a thick shell, like you can't actually see what's inside. So too, like really everything is from Hashem, but some things are like so bad, like the goodness is just covered over completely. Like the goodness is like stuck in a shell, kind of speaking. You can't really get it out. Those are the 3/4 complete bad. It's like good that's totally hidden. While 1/4, it says is potentially good, which means that it could be used for good or could be used for bad. And we have to make the choice to use things for good. Some things can never be used for good. They have to just be ignored. But some things could be used for good, potentially. And then within that 1/4 potential good, only a certain amount is actual good. So that 1/4 of potential good is metaphorically called the shining shell. Meaning like before it's used for good, it's still concealment, because we don't know if it's going to be used for good or bad. But since it has the potential for good, it's like as if the shell is still a shell that's still covering over, but it's shining a little bit. Like you can still see the light seeping through it, so to speak. And because of that shining shell, it's like the potential for good. You could use it for good. So that was what he was referring to. I'm not sure what happened to his device. Looks like he's not actually able to come on anymore. I'm not sure what happened to exactly. I tried inviting him, but yeah, I mean, basically, not sure what else to talk about besides for everything. But yeah, I mean, what should we talk about? Because I'm not sure if anyone's actually watching. That's the problem. So, I mean, yeah, we're coming up to the holiday of Sukkot, where the Jewish people build these little huts, and then sit in them for a bunch of days. And then it's the holiday of joy, essentially. And we have a new guest here. Yo, what's cracking?
What's cracking, brother? How you doing?
Good. Yo, Hashem. How are
I'm
you?
guessing you're pro-Israel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Can I run something by you real quick and then I'll drop?
Yeah, you can stay if you want also. Yeah.
Why are you trying to turn my camera on though? Is that a mod?
Oh no, I usually have like a recording, and then if people don't turn the cameras on, no one can actually see it. So it'll just be more interesting. But you don't have to turn on if you want.
Okay, I'd rather not, just because there's people that always threaten to dox and all that, you know.
Okay, no fresh.
Yeah, thanks, brother. Yeah, so I just want to know if this logic is correct. So this is my understanding of the Israel-Palestine conflict. Okay, so in 1947 or 1948, Britain came in and they were like, Israel and Palestine, we have a peace deal that we want to make. Palestine said no, we'd rather go to war, and it was a war that they should have won. They went to war with Israel and they ended up losing. Is that correct?
In 1948, yeah, May 15th, 1948 is when Britain like withdrew itself.
Okay.
From the, and then because of that, they offered a deal. Once Britain was withdrawn, they offered a deal to split it, and then the other Arabs at the time said no. They didn't
Right.
want it.
So is it true that Palestine should have won that or no?
I don't know. Should have. I mean, that's like saying like should this person in history should. I mean, we don't know that.
I hear you. All right.
Could have
So my main
have.
objection would be this: is that
Yeah.
if Israel won the war, then it's their land no matter what. If someone comes to the USA and they try to take over, and they do take over, even if we want to fight as American citizens, it's not our land anymore. We could keep fighting, but it's not ours anymore. We lost. Is that like the logic behind all this?
Yeah, I mean, think of it the other way. What if the Arab nations would have won? Would Israel still like have right to like no? So I mean, when something is on the when there's like a what's the word for it? With benefit comes risk. So the Arabs chose to take the risk. They wanted all or nothing. They could have gotten all of it, but they lost the war, so they got nothing. If they would have won, they could have gotten it, but they didn't. So no, they didn't. Yeah,
Right. So why is this a discussion? I don't understand it. It's not their land anymore.
it's not a discussion. It's just propaganda. Doesn't make any sense.
Bro, I mean this respectfully too. So if any of my followers see this, I know there's only 2 people here, but I think this is the new Black Lives Matter movement. I see so many people in the city protesting, oh, free Palestine, free Palestine. They don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they just want something to protest. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. We just ask them, what if the Arabs would have won the war? Then,
Yo, that's a good question.
But they didn't. If they would have won, would Israel be the ones to say like, "Oh, free Israel"? Like, would they say that? Like, no, they wouldn't have said. They wouldn't say that.
That's a great question, bro. And I'm gonna ask that more often.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, thanks, man. I just wanted to run it by you because I think it's so simple. I don't know why everybody's having these debates. It's not that complicated, you know?
Yeah, wars have consequence. You know, I mean, there's no laws that were broken. There's international laws say like, based on that war, I mean, it's Israel's land. But
Exactly. And then someone tried to tell me the other day, they're like, oh, there's a law that says that you can't go to war and take someone's land, but that came after this war.
yeah, exactly. At the time that the war was fought, there were no laws that were broken.
Exactly, bro. It's some weird stuff, man. People just want to BS their way out of things, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. I appreciate you, man. Though I see your lives every now and then. I appreciate you.
that's cool. That's cool.
All right. God bless you, man.
Yeah, same.
Can you kick me because it doesn't let me leave?
Oh, I could if I want you to leave. Maybe I want you to stay for.
All right.
Right. That was nice that he came on, shared his support. So yeah, I guess all of our viewers kind of left. There's only one person actually viewing, and that's the guy that I just kicked off, who looks like he's going soon. But yeah, I don't know how long this is gonna go, but I can just keep on talking about the stuff we started off until someone else wants to come by, maybe, or maybe not. So yeah. So we're approaching the Jewish holiday of Sukkot. We're right now in the month of Tishrei, in the Hebrew year 5785. We just had the Jewish New Year a couple weeks ago, which commemorates the day that Adam, the first man, was created. And now we're on the days immediately following the Jewish New Year, which are all kind of like extensions of the New Year. The New Year is really just 2 days, but it kind of continues throughout like the whole month almost. There's like there's a lot of different stages of the New Year holiday. Essentially, it goes by the cycle of the moon. At the beginning of the New Year, in the Jewish New Year, is the only holiday that's on a new moon. Most of the Jewish holidays are either on a full moon or close to a full moon, but the Jewish New Year is the only holiday that's on a new moon, which represents metaphorically the idea that on the New Year, the light of the universe that sustains all living things is hidden, just like the light of the moon is hidden, and the light of the Creator is hidden from the world, and it's, so to speak, removed back to its source in the Awtsmoos, in the essence of the Creator. And we only see like the external layer of the universe, but the internal energy and the internal desire the Creator has for the universe is hidden on the evening before the Jewish New Year. And then during the daytime of the Jewish New Year, when the Jewish people pray the morning service with when they blow this ram's horn as part of the service, and then pray the subsequent prayer afterwards, that essentially creates a new light from the Creator that sustains the entire year with that new light and gives all kinds of blessings to the world. And then it's essentially, it brings an entirely new, greater light into the world that never existed before. Every year is like an entirely new, greater light of the Creator is brought in, that was totally beyond anything that's ever existed before. So that's what happens on the Jewish New Year. Like the spiritual light is created from nothing, essentially. But then the moon is still kind of hidden. So the light, even though it's there, is still not fully revealed in the world. And then the purpose of the other holidays after the Jewish New Year, like the day of Yom Kippur, which we just had, and then especially this coming holiday called Sukkos, the holiday where Jewish people are commanded to make little booths or huts with some leaf roof coverings, and then sit in them and eat some meals and do other commandments in them. Then through that, hanging out in those booths and doing the commandments in those little mini structures, that reveals the spiritual light of the Jewish New Year into the physical, tangible world, which essentially brings a lot of blessings in the physical world for the rest of the year. If not for that, then we would still have like hypothetical blessings, but they would just be spiritual, and it would be kind of hard to access them. But through the holiday of Sukkot and doing the commandments that are part of that holiday, then it's like we take that light from the spiritual world and then bring it into the physical and reveal. And that's why this holiday of Sukkot is on the full moon, because it's like the light is fully revealed into the world. And that's coming up. Yes, I was trying to invite this person up because he mentioned something in the comments. I'm not sure. Yeah, basically. So yeah, that holiday's coming up, and then it's going to be a 7-day holiday, pretty intense. And the whole part of 7 days, it's like each of the days represents like a different stage of revealing the light of the Creator in the physical world, which comes in through 7 stages. And then after that, there's a different holiday, which happens immediately after the holiday of Sukkot, called the holiday of Shmini Atzeres, the 8th day holiday, which is its own holiday. And that's like, it happens like on the 8th day of Sukkot and on, even though it's its own holiday. So it's like represents the number 8, which is like even beyond the 7. 7 is like the natural order. So it was like through the 7 days, we revealed the light of the Creator into the world in a natural way. And then the 8th day is like we access a level of the Creator that's like beyond nature, and we reveal that in the world as well. And then after that, the day after, outside the land of Israel, there's another holiday called the... We'll get back to that in a second. Welcome, what's up?
What the fuck is this?
What's on your mind?
You know what? Put your middle finger up your ass and find out the inner world, okay?
All right.
Do that.
Nice to meet you too. That's what that was about. Brutal. What's up? How's it going? Hello. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, how you
What's
doing? Good. So I see that you have this Israel flag, right?
Yes.
And I was just scrolling, and I made a comment, and I said that modern Jewish people in the land today, or who we know as Israelis, are not the people of the scriptures, basically meaning the Bible. So you know where I'm headed with this, or no?
No, I don't. Also, I don't know what evidence you have for that, so maybe share it when you have a chance.
Well, I have the Torah, and I have...
Do you have that the modern day Jews are not the Jews in the scriptures?
I'm sorry?
But what evidence do you have that the Torah is not referring to the modern day ones? Because we have lineage that goes back, but do you have any evidence to the contrary?
Yeah, but your lineage goes back to Europe.
No, it goes back to King David and beyond King David to Moses, etc.
Yeah, And I could show you the Torah where you guys, King David, that it was prophesied that you guys were even, you guys actually, are you Jewish, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
Yo, what's up, Ethos?
Hey, how are you?
Yo, yeah, we're friends, I guess. I can't remember. Oh, Cheese Chopper, yeah.
Yeah.
Change your name.
So
Nice.
when you say that you guys have like lineage, do you guys have the DNA of King David?
Yes,
Yeah.
And
it's been proven numerous times as well. Like
wait,
Yes.
nuclear
So you-
DNA analysis, all this stuff. It proves
wait,
that.
so you guys don't have the DNA of King David. That's false.
No, we
but
do.
according to the Torah,
Can you show me a study that? Can you show me something that proves us wrong or proves me wrong?
no, can you show? No, you would have to show me a study that proves that you guys have the DNA of King David.
You're the
Sure.
one who's-
So I can refer you to let's see, I forgot the exact study name, but there's a general consensus that Jews have paternal DNA lineage that originates straight from the Levant.
So sorry to cut you off, but when you say paternal DNA, is it through your mother or father's side?
What do you think paternal DNA means?
I think you're referring towards your mother's.
Paternal DNA means father.
So you guys have DNA. So how come it's the Jewish belief that you guys actually show your bloodline through your mother's side?
Because Jews never cared about DNA. It's only a recent thing.
DNA is not a part of Judaism. It's just the Jewish soul is passed by the
Yeah.
mother.
But you say that again? Because
The
I
Jewish-
spoke.
Someone is only Jewish if they have a Jewish soul. It's not about DNA, and that Jewish soul could either be passed down to the mother, or if someone converts, they go through a ritual where they get a new soul.
See, when I spoke to multiple rabbis, right, they always say that it's through the bloodline of the mother. Now,
It's not the bloodline of the mother. The mother is the one who bequeaths the Jewish soul. Or if someone converts to Judaism, they could also get a Jewish soul that way.
so you guys believe that anybody could be a Jew?
Yeah, if they convert properly, yes.
It's very hard to convert though. Not a lot of people do it.
It's also
Well,
not
that is against the Bible, right?
is it?
Yeah,
Where is it?
because spiritual Jew is not biblical. The
What's your source for that?
I'm sorry,
What's your source for that?
the Bible. We see all throughout the Bible that being a Jew is a bloodline.
Where does it say there's no convert? In the book of Esther, it says that at the end of the book of Esther, it says a lot of the people in Persia, they misyahadim, they converted, they became Jewish. It's in the verse of Esther. That's one of the main sources.
Can you pull that verse up? Because we know that the Gentiles, right? The Gentiles were to keep the Torah and were to be like a Jew, but it never states that they are a Jew. This is why we know that when God comes back, he's going to destroy a nation, and that certain nations will be into captivity due to them not being Jews. So to say,
So I have a question. Who determines who's a Jew and who's not a Jew? Imagine being a Jew as being part of a tribe. Who decides the rules of who is a Jew and who's not a Jew?
do you know that the Torah speaks about how you should identify a Jew?
Okay, tell us.
So could you go to Deuteronomy 28 verse 46?
Deuteronomy. What is it? Deuteronomy what?
28 verse 46.
Alright, sorry, my computer's acting out.
No, I don't have a Bible in front of me right now.
Yeah, give me a second. Deuteronomy It's fucking stupid computer.
Do you guys only believe in the Torah, Tanakh, New Testament?
Midrash, Zohar, commentaries, yeah.
What is it? 28 verse what?
46.
Yeah, this is from the New King James Bible. This is the new.
Do you have a regular KJV?
Yeah, but that's not the Torah. That's not the Tanakh.
Wait, what is it? Deuteronomy? Deuteronomy is Tanakh. I don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah, Deuteronomy is definitely Torah.
No, this one he's talking about is from the King James Bible.
Well, it depends where you search it. What chapter is it? What chapter and verse is it?
28.
28.
28 what?
46.
46.
Okay, 1 second. I'm looking it up on Chabad.org and I'll show it to everyone.
But it says that they will be a sign and wonder to your descendants forever. Warning about the long-term consequences about disobeying God.
Right. And we know that throughout the Bible, the children of Israel actually disobeyed God. Now, the children of Israel actually had curses put upon them. That the curses will be a sign and a wonder.
Where are you? 24?
Or are you trying to are you gonna say like the curse of Ham theory or whatever?
No, not the curse of Ham, because we can get into that. That's actually
Well, that's been disproven. But
What verse? What verse number?
46. I'm sorry, 28 verse 46. Yeah.
46, yeah. A lot of verses. And they will be a sign and a wonder upon you and your offspring forever. That's it?
Right. Yes. So,
Okay.
so quick question, right? When you read this whole chapter, it speaks about Moses actually laying down blessings and curses to the children of Israel,
Yes.
whether or not they keep the commandments of God.
That's correct.
Well, the curses that he actually handed out, one, those curses do not fit the people in Israel today. Also,
Those curses are theoretical. Hypothetically, if they do this, then hypothetically doesn't mean that they actually happened or that they will happen. It's saying this is what happened. This is what would happen hypothetically if they didn't keep the Torah. So I don't know what you're trying to. Yes.
No, because let me tell you what actually proves that that's not true is the fact that the curses did happen to the children of Israel. They were scattered, right?
Did
They
all
were
of them happen?
I'm sorry?
Did all of them happen?
Yes.
Okay. If you say so.
They were they not, were the children of Israel not scattered?
That's one of the many curses. Yeah, they were scattered. Sure.
Were they not put into captivity?
That's it's partially. Yeah, sure.
Did they not eat their children?
Some of them did. Yeah. Not
Okay.
all of them.
So did they not have their children sold?
Some of them. Again, these things happen to everyone. What is your point?
No,
What is
it
your
did
point?
not. It did not happen to everyone because everyone can speak from the understanding of these curses, like the people in Israel today. But
What are you trying to say? What is your point you're trying to say? Are you trying
the
to say
Bible, the curses. What I'm trying to say is that the curses is an identifying marker that God placed to identify the children of Israel. And it was prophesied in the Bible that there will be a people dwelling in the tents of Shem. And you guys come from Japhet. You guys are not descendants of Shem. We know that Shem. I'm sorry?
What's the source that we come from Jaffa, not Shem? What's your source?
Okay. And when I say you guys, I speak it out. I say majority of you guys, right? Like 90%.
Okay.
So the source.
So in your opinion, who are the real Jews?
Anybody who fit the curses, that's not in the land. Actually,
That's what okay. Anyway, go on. Anyway, what's your source?
I would say that modern. So who I see that fits the curses verbatim.
I'm not asking you what's your source for the statement you just made.
Which statement? Because I made a few
That they
statements.
came from.
Yeah. Well, again, what's name? Who do you think are the real Jews?
Okay, let's go with this first. You guys being European, right? So you don't want to address that first, or no?
I'm not European, but go ahead.
Well,
I have a question. So if we were European, why didn't the Europeans consider us to be European?
you guys are considered to be Europeans.
Not the Europeans never considered us to be
Wait.
Europeans.
Are you talking about Schmittler? And
Not even Schmittler, the ones before that. Even the Soviets didn't consider us to be European.
so when you look at the Jewish history, right, you guys were actually kicked out of a lot of European kingdoms for usury.
We were first kicked out of Israel. It was the first place we were kicked out of Israel.
But you guys are originally not from Israel.
That's false. We are.
You guys are not, and I can show you. I got a
How?
question. for you.
What sort of proof
How
do
we're
you
not.
have?
Tell me how we're not, please. Prove that we're not.
Ethos, right? What percentage of the Jewish population actually make up Ashkenazi?
Well, in Israel, currently the majority are Mizrahi. I don't remember the exact number, but what's your point?
So 45 to 50% of the Jewish population in Israel make up Ashkenazi, but
Ashkenazi came later, after the Jews were already living outside of Israel. Then they identified as Ashkenazi later. But that didn't.
Yeah, only until like the medieval times did they start.
Exist, dude. They were Jews. Just before that, they were just Jews. They just called themselves Ashkenazi because they lived other places, but they weren't all Ashkenazi.
that's not true because.
It's so
But
sensitive.
I want to make this one statement real quick because we know that 90% of the Jewish population actually
No evidence.
you can actually this is a simple Google search that 90% of the Jewish population make up Ashkenazi. That's even according to your Jewish.
So Ashkenazi, according to you, are fake Jews.
No, yes, actually,
How?
yes.
How?
What's your source for that?
So there's a book called Timbuktu to Timbuktu, right? You can read that. Even when you read,
Who's the author?
when you read, actually, I have to search up the author. I haven't read that book in years, but
Who's the author?
But one second, I got you. I could just Google it. But
No.
but listen, because I want to go to
Can I
the
ask a quick
Bible.
question before I
I just
go?
want to go to the Bible.
But again,
right?
what's your consensus on Ashkenazi Jews not being real Jews? Like what's your baseline? Why do you
Is that
Skin
we
color.
Is
Skin
no,
color,
not-
that's why.
Did I ever say skin color? That is wild.
You said they're European.
Yeah, again,
Hold
so
up,
I
one
have a
second.
question.
What does European- hold up.
Kelly, you
Wait
know
a
what's
minute.
interesting? So the term anti-Semitism was
Wait a minute,
started.
wait a minute,
Stop
wait a
one
minute.
second. The term anti-Semitism started and originates from a German guy, right, in Europe, and it was specifically termed for Ashkenazi Jews at the time. So obviously, they thought that Jews were Semitic at that time. You also
No,
like
you don't
if you read Immanuel Kant, right? You can read that he says when he talks about the Jews, he says we're living amongst the Palestinians because at that time, right, they referred to that area in the Levant to be Palestine, right? The Europeans referred it to as Palestine. So obviously, the Europeans never considered the Ashkenazi Jews to be European. They
No.
consider them to be Semites or from the land. Now, in modern times, Semite is not a race, right? It's known as if you speak a Semitic language, you're a Semite technically, right? The term of Semitic race doesn't
Right.
exist anymore.
So you're saying something that we all know, right? But when you talk, so this is the. Do you guys believe that Jacob is a forefather?
Yeah.
Yes.
What about Japhet? You guys believe that Japhet is a forefather?
No.
Absolutely not.
No, he doesn't have to be your forefather, right? I'm not saying is he your forefather. I'm saying is he a forefather?
Obviously,
No.
he's a father of someone.
Okay,
He is,
exactly.
yeah.
Now this is where I'm getting to because when Israel when the children of Israel was scattered into Europe, right? One I never
Wait, so
said. Wait, you
they're
gotta let
scattered
me-
to Europe and they are
you gotta
Jews,
let me
so
land.
you
You
proved
gotta let
yourself
me-
wrong.
No, you gotta let me land because you guys mentioned that I brought up color.
You take off first before you land.
I mean, I just got cut off. But the thing is, right? You guys
Don't hit a tower though. You know, just make sure.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
No, I'm saying, see, this is why. What I'm trying to say is that you guys, right? When I say they're European, it has nothing to do with color, right? The children of Israel
Okay.
was actually scattered into the Europe area, but you guys, there was a mass conversion, just like Christianity.
Can you show me a historical event where there's mass conversion?
I actually can show
there
it.
were mass pogroms though.
I
Yes,
actually
can
can.
you show me what? Because actually, in medieval Europe, if you convert to Judaism, you would probably be executed. It was like
Exiled or exiled.
like or excel. Like it was like to convert to like Jews were looked like a shit. Probably be executed. It was like
Exiled or exiled.
like or excel. Like it was like to convert to like Jews were looked like a shit. Like no
This
little
is
to
the
no
thing. This
evidence
is
of
the thing, right?
the only conversion that we know that happened in Europe was only in Rome. Right after that, there's no evidence of any sort of mass conversions happening.
Yeah, the Romans also banned conversions for like a very long time,
This-
and then the church followed through with that. So what do you mean mass conversions? Who
So-
like?
to Judaism and took on
Again,
the
can you prove that?
I'm
Because
going to show you.
the science is against your side.
I'm going to, no,
ask
science
him-
is not against me because
Okay,
is.
where are the real Jews then?
You gotta
Where are
let
the
me
real Jews
speak.
at then? Hold on,
You
Caleb.
gotta
Where are
let
the
me
real
speak.
Jews
Probably
at?
thinks
Okay,
that
but
probably BHI. What,
the real Jews are
Hold on.
anybody who fit the curses of Deuteronomy 28. But the thing is this though.
no, are you serious, bro? Are you serious? That's the only thing you go on.
Go
What
to
about okay? Do you keep Torah?
yes, I keep
Do
talking.
you observe this? Do you observe the Sabbath?
Yes, I do.
Do you do it like it says in the Torah? To keep how they keep it in the Torah?
Yes, but that's off topic right now because
Do
I'm
they?
trying to get to
Are
this
you sure? No,
Ashkenazi.
it's not. No, it's not because you're saying that.
Are you
It is
Jewish?
because I want to get to this Ashkenazi
No, because
point
you said
that
that
you guys
said
are
that
trying to run
curses.
from.
You said
guys
that no,
are
nobody's running.
from-
You said that
You-
curses define Jews. That's wrong. What defines a Jew is whoever observes the Torah, not some curses and some.
But you're talking
Deuteronomy,
about
some vague
spiritual
curses.
Jews. You're talking.
No,
Hold up.
no,
Listen,
there is no spiritual
I'm talking
Jew.
about
It's-
I'm talking about the father bloodline of being a Jew. But listen, so do me a favor. Could you go to? Do you guys believe that Japheth
I've
is
been
a
there.
forefather?
What does that matter?
It matters. Do you guys
No, it
believe yes or
doesn't.
no?
Again,
No.
there's no evidence there's no evidence historically
I'm
to
asking you
suggest
guys a quick
there was
question.
mass
I think you guys
conversion.
know where I'm headed.
There's no like. Can you show me what time period there's mass conversion?
I'm asking you a quick question. Do you guys believe that Japheth is a forefather of someone on the earth?
Of someone, yeah, obviously.
Cares? Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys believe that Ham is a forefather of somebody on the
Oh,
earth?
you're gonna go about the curse of
Ham is a
Ham.
kosher.
I know where he's going. The curse
Yes
of
or
Ham.
no? Yes or no? Ethos, why you scared? Yes or no?
Forefather of Africans, mainly.
Nobody's
Okay, so
scared.
we agree that Ham is a forefather of someone on the earth. Now,
Bullshit.
Japheth, could you guys go to Deuteronomy? Could you guys go to Genesis 10 verse 3?
No, just tell us what it says.
Yeah.
Go to it because you guys won't believe me. The Bible
Oh my
actually-
gosh, you're fine.
I'll believe you
Fine.
if you say
Genesis
that.
10, right? Genesis 10.
See, the Bible speaks for itself, right?
I'm gonna read this for you. All right, so Genesis 10, verse 3. All right, did you read the whole chapter in context, or you just like?
I sure did.
Okay, and these are the generations of the son of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth were Gomer and Magog and Madai and Javan or Javan and Tubal and Meshech and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz and Rif. Are you getting that?
Now
That's
stop.
what you're
Now
getting?
stop.
Oh my gosh, come on.
Now stop.
And, okay,
Wait a
so
minute.
you're saying,
Wait a
yeah.
minute. Gomer is the son of Japheth, right? And this the chapter.
Do you know what
that-
Ashkenaz means? Do you know
Hold
what
up.
Ashkenaz means?
The chapter.
That's the word
you're-
that. Oh my god, dude! You think that the word that the Ashkenazi Jews of today are the same Ashkenaz that of the sons of Gomer? That's what you think?
It's facts. And guess what? It was biblical
Come on,
prophecy.
man! You can't really believe that.
No, then you don't believe in the Bible. You don't believe in the Bible because guess what?
I think this guy's a BHI. He said
He is a
90%
BHI.
What is that?
black
It's,
Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah, you
What
think
makes
you're the
me-
real Jews?
Hold up. What makes me
because-
believe in a
because-
BHI? I
Because you guys had like slavery
I
in the
read the
past, so all of a
Bible.
sudden.
Listen. You're claiming to be a Jew, but then you
So-
say Ashkenazi Jews are fake Jews. Only a BHI would say that.
no, the BHI.
Well, he's saying that
believes-
Ashkenaz.
So wait.
He's saying that the Ashkenazi are the same Ashkenaz that are the sons of Gomer, and the reason why the word Ashkenaz exists is because the Israelites had that name for the people that lived in that region of Ashkenaz. They weren't Ashkenazi. What happened was that the diaspora, the Romans expelled the Jews, and they went to Europe and then
Sir.
there they intermixed, and not fully, but they were still Jews,
Sir,
and
let me
they
show you
weren't
how you're wrong.
Ashkenaz.
The
They were
Torah
not Ashkenaz. They were
is
just
older.
Jews who
Sir,
went to the land of Ashkenaz.
Sir, the
So you're wrong.
Torah is much older than the timeline of the Jewish people getting scattered into.
I just disproved you, though.
Europe.
I just disproved your argument.
No, I'm showing you how you're false by logically, right? The Torah
Go
is
ahead.
older than the timeline that you claim.
All right, you know
that
what? Fine.
guys
You're the
scattered to
you're the
Israel.
real Jew. We're not. We're all European.
The thing is this.
Because
Now, if you read Genesis 9 verse 27,
I'm so German. I'm gonna go get a beer, get some sausage, and call it a day.
And some bratwurst.
Some
So you say that? Okay, you
bratwurst,
said
you know.
Genesis 9. Genesis 9 what?
So
I already debunked Genesis 10. Now let me debunk Genesis 9 for you. Which is
do you
Genesis
know
9
that
what?
Genesis 10, the chapter is labeled Table of Nations? Why would it be called that? Because guess what?
What?
It speaks about
Where does it say that?
so right now I have a blue letter Bible, right? The chapter of
Table of
the Table of
Give me-
Nations.
Where
Right.
does it say that?
So
Okay.
This
So-
is not recorded. That's like some literalism.
the Table of Nations breaks down
That's-
the nations on how they're divided and who are descendants of who. Gomer is actually a forefather. His son is Ashkenaz. You guys descend from Japheth. You guys do not
No, they
descend.
don't.
Oh
They
my
don't
God.
defend. Oh my! I just debunked your argument earlier.
You did it.
How
You
do you
didn't
not
debunk it. You
understand?
can't even explain the
I
verse.
did. I can debunk it again. I can debunk it again if you want. I can do it again. It's historically
You
accurate.
didn't
I
do
can
it the first
debunk
time.
it.
How can you do it again?
I did. I told you that this is the name that was given. The region was called Ashkenaz by the Jews. They didn't understand the name of that time, so they named it Ashkenaz. So what happened was that they went there after the
Which
expulsion,
region? Which
and
region?
now they called themselves Ashkenazi, the same way that Sephardists called themselves Sephardi because they were in like
this
the
guy-
Spanish
this
area.
This guy's a
And the
clown.
Hasidics-
I don't know any
and the-
words.
The Hasidics, yeah, well, yeah. So I mean, there's like different regions, and they all took the region's names of that area. There's Mizrahi Jews. There's a bunch of other types of names, but they're all Jews. Okay, they all came from the same location at one point. So what you're saying is that all the Jews that are Ashkenazi they were born of the children of Ashkenaz, which is wrong. You debunked your own argument.
This is my question to you, right? Shoot, let's get in the sheet.
So
When
I have a
Genesis 10,
I just have a quick question.
when
How-
Genesis 10
how do
was
you-
wrote
how-
down, where
like-
they
like,
scatter
just think about
into
this
Europe, yes or
logically.
no?
Think about this logically. How do you think Judaism got to Europe? Like, do you think the Europeans?
how?
Like, do you think the Europeans said, "You know what, guys?
Answer
I
the
think
question
Judaism's cool. Let's all
Answer that
convert."
question again.
Well, how do you think Judaism got to Europe?
Yeah.
Well,
Do you
when
think
you
one
talk
day
about
the Christian Europeans said
Judaism-
one day, "You know what? I
so-
think Judaism's cool. Let's all convert."
Judaism isn't biblical. That you guys actually believe in the Talmud, and the Bible speaks nothing about the Talmud. But
Dude,
when
the
you talk
Talmud
about-
is
It's
just a book of arguments.
interpretation.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a book of
Yeah,
arguments.
and
written
then-
It's
by
not an
who?
actual.
You guys.
It's
That's-
important, but what's your point?
not
It's
important.
an important book.
It's
Okay, well, look, it's
interpretations.
important
It's
to
an-
many. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not actual biblical scripture. It's just like rabbis arguing or interpreting certain verses.
Yeah,
of
it's
Torah.
extremely important too.
So
Because,
it's not
it's
actual
You have
biblical
very
scripture.
smart rabbis.
Like,
Oh my
just
gosh,
think
dude.
about
Very
it.
smart
Like, just think
rabbis.
about what you said.
Like,
Just think about what
like
you
Hey,
said, right?
Caleb. Do you
You're
ever
adding
like
to
go
the
to like
text.
Caleb, you literally did the same thing that the Talmud is doing. You went to the Blue Letter Bible and you said that the Table of Nations, that is exactly what's going on. Some scholars and past teachers, they were like, hey, look, I'm going to name this chapter this. I'm going to name this is what you do. You just did it. You did
No.
the same thing.
No.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Because the Jews go to
The
the Talmud and
whole-
say, hey, look, I'm going to, oh my gosh, dude. Go ahead. Go
Do
ahead.
you not see? Hold up. Do you not see that when Shem, Japheth, and Ham actually separated, that their sons are being mentioned when they were told to scatter and populate the earth? Now, this is why it's called Table of Nations, right? The truth don't care about your feelings. At the end of the day,
That's called like an interpretation or like somebody gave a title to a book or a chapter. You know what I mean?
is
This
that
what
how they
happens
is that how they
in
populate the
literature.
earth? Yes or no? Having
No,
sons?
by spreading out. Yeah, of course.
Okay,
This doesn't
then.
mean that the
Yes,
Jews came from Ashkenaz. So
they did because you guys. The thing is this, right? You guys
Again,
don't
can you answer my question? How did Judaism get to Europe?
I can't answer that. When
Why?
You can't answer it. It's extremely easy to answer. You can't
when
answer that
when the
question.
children of,
Maybe
you
it's very
gotta let me
simple.
answer.
Maybe the
How do you
Jews.
ask me a question, right, and then say I can't answer it before I even speak? It's
Well, you should
weird.
know this stuff
Like,
if you.
dude, so you
Isn't
claim
that weird?
you say that Ashkenazi Jews are European, but then you can't tell me how Judaism got to Europe.
If you
Wait,
allow me to speak.
apparently Jews were already there according to this
Is
guy.
she gonna
So
answer
Yeah,
your
Jews
question or
were
me?
like one day the Christian Europeans decided to say, you know what, fuck Christianity, even though I'll get exiled from my community and probably get a death sentence and convert to
So
Judaism.
so
Like it makes
so
no sense.
so and this is a problem, right? You guys are rule with emotions. If
I'm
you allow me
not.
to speak,
It's just
I
stupid
can tell
argument
you
you're
when the
making.
children of Israel was actually scattered into Europe,
okay,
there was a
okay,
mass
fine.
conversion. You guys are actually
A mass
Khazars.
conversion.
Again,
Yes.
oh, the Khazar theory. The Khazar
Yeah,
theory.
Okay,
you
Okay,
guys,
so
you
okay.
you
guys
know
are
what's
Khazars.
funny? You know
You
what's
guys
funny
have
about the
Turkish blood.
Khazar theory?
Can you
If you
explain?
think we're
Oh, hold up.
Khazars, if you
Wait a
think
minute.
we're
Wait a minute.
wait, Kalina, if you think we're Khazars, that means we're not European. Like,
Wait,
what?
wait a minute.
Choose one.
Could you
Choose a poison, dude. Khazar means we're Central Asian.
could you
Which one are
explain?
we? European or Central
Wait a
Asian?
minute. Could you explain why everyone who took the DNA test who are from Israel actually came back to have Germanic blood, Polish
It's
blood?
called.
That
It's
these,
because it's a diaspora.
wait
That's
a
what
minute.
happens
Wait
in
a
the
minute. No,
diaspora. They were.
Actually, no, it's not
these
true.
people,
First of all,
these
it's
people
literally
have
not
not
true, dude.
tested.
Even Ashkenazi Jews don't even
What
not
up? These
close
people
nearly
have
to
not
Germany.
tested
No, dude, you're wrong.
back to the
The
land of
only
promise at all.
the vast majority of the European admixture and Ashkenazi Jews are Southern European from Italy, not from Germany, not from Poland. That's
That is
false.
false, bro. That is false
But
because
there
a
are
rabbi will
some.
No,
tell
You
it's
you.
can
not.
say
I
there
can
are
show
some.
it.
But hold on, hold on.
Wait, hold
But
up,
even if
sheep,
there
sheep.
is,
Wait,
but even
sheep,
if there
sheep.
are
Because hold up, sheep. You
mixtures,
gotta
let me just
admit that
finish.
he
Hold
was
on.
wrong. Sheep.
No,
You
wait.
gotta
What
admit
do you
that he
mean?
was wrong.
No.
And guess what? He made a
I'm not
statement.
wrong. I
He
can
said
literally
the
prove it to
only.
you.
He said the only, proving that he don't know what he's talking about. Because guess what? You Ashkenazis have European blood. This is actually why it's
Yeah,
actually
that's
illegal
fine.
to do DNA
What's wrong with
testing.
that? What's wrong with that?
You guys
What's wrong
don't
Yeah,
with
test
having
some,
back
that?
yeah,
to the
but they also
original
Wait,
land
have
of
wait, hold on.
they have blood from Israel too.
You
Like you
guys
can
Right,
don't
yeah, but
test
what's
back to the original
wrong?
land of Canaan. That's
Caleb,
why
what's wrong with them
I would say
having? Hold on, let me finish. What's wrong with them having European blood? Okay, what's wrong with that? How does that affect the Jew tradition and culture and Torah in any way? How?
what I'm saying by bloodline. You guys can want to convert to Judaism, or no, I wouldn't say Judaism because
again, your
Judaism is different.
consensus makes no
Hold on, let him
sense.
finish. Let him finish. Hold on. Let him finish. I want to hear this. Go ahead.
Stupid.
Sorry. Go ahead, Caleb. I want to hear what you have to say.
What I'm saying is that you guys, right? You guys can convert to the religion of Judaism, but to be an ethnic bloodline Jew, you guys are not that at all. And this is why you
Okay,
guys had a
what
barbaric.
makes a Jew a Jew? What makes a Jew a Jew?
What makes a Jew? Are you talking
Yeah,
about
who determines
bloodline?
who's a Jew and who's
Yeah,
not?
yeah. What determines
God determines
Jew?
who's a Jew. He speaks about it.
Okay,
In
and
the
what did
Torah.
he say? And what did he say that determines a Jew?
He said, "Speak." Actually, read it.
I can tell you, but I'm waiting for you to tell me what determines that a person is a Jew or isn't a Jew. I'm
Is
not
an
a Jew, by the way.
Egyptian?
I'm just wondering. I'm asking you.
Yeah. Okay. Can an Egyptian be a Jew?
Yes.
So now I'm not
Anybody
talking
can be a
about
Jew.
how the religion. I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about according to the Bible. Can
Yes.
an Egyptian be
Yes.
a Jew?
Yes.
Yes.
Show that in the Bible.
Dude, there are. Okay, sure.
Show that in the Bible because you guys get your identity from the Bible.
Oh yeah,
right?
sure. Isaiah 56. Isaiah 56. The entire chapter.
Isaiah
In
56.
Deuteronomy.
Hold up, wait a minute. See, this is the
Deuteronomy?
problem. You don't understand that
Oh my
chapter, and I knew you
gosh.
were going to bring it up. That's why I brought up
Well,
Egyptians.
okay,
I don't
but
understand the chapter really.
Dude,
I read it like 20
how I
times, bro.
know? You know how I know that you're a complete idiot? Because first of all, when you start saying shit like
You're
the
emotional.
Khazar theory, which has been disproven like 80 million times.
Hold on.
Like, no,
I wanna hear
Shake,
him
I don't even
debunk-
know why we're wasting our time with this guy.
Right, but I want to hear him debunk Isaiah 56. Like how I don't know what I'm talking about when Isaiah 56 clearly tells you that anybody can be a Jew. So tell me how Isaiah 56 doesn't say that.
So, read it real
Tell me.
quick. Read it.
Why do I have to read it? I know what it says. You're the
Let me
one
go
that's telling
get
me
my
that it doesn't say
computer.
what it says.
Wait a minute.
I want me to read it for you? I can read. Okay, I'll read it for you. Since it seems like you want to play.
It speaks about Isaiah 56 say that anybody can be a Jew by bloodline.
By bloodline? What do you mean?
The thing, see, this is the problem. Hold up, wait a minute. being a Jew is a bloodline. It's not a religion.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Absolutely false.
Read it. Read
Dude,
the
Can
during
you
the Exodus.
can you show me
During the
anywhere?
Salam alaikum, everybody. How are you?
Hold on,
Can
during
you
the
show me
Exodus,
anywhere in
there
like
were
the Torah and the
mass.
Tanakh where it talks about DNA or something? Because can you show me where it says that like because the consensus is right if you join the tribe, no matter where you're from, you're Jewish, right? That's the consensus.
Don't forget that during the Exodus, there was a mass conversion of Egyptians to becoming Jews. Even the story of Ruth, even the story of Ruth, talks about. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. I don't know who's talking.
Hold up. That is false.
What are you guys
Dude,
talking about?
Hold
There's
up.
tons of
You
evidence
said
against.
wait a minute. You said in the Exodus there was a mass conversion of Egyptians becoming Jews?
Yeah, there was
Yes.
mass peoples.
And they were the worst.
Wait,
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, they were the worst.
Now,
Like,
show
dude,
They
that.
made all the
have you heard of a
problems.
group? Have you heard of a group known as the
Now,
Karaite
now
Jews?
show that. Show that part.
Karaites are mostly not Jews.
That's
They
one of the
hold by
biggest.
patrilineal. They think it's patrilineal, therefore they're most, according to us, they're not Jews.
We have
Because we can see that in Egypt, right, there were actually Jews being called Egyptians when they actually were scattered into the land of Egypt. That's about it. They were not called.
So again, I'm curious to show. Can you prove to me? Can you prove the Khazar theory?
No, the Khazar theory is discredited by academics.
I know it is, but I'm
It's
asking him to
old
do it.
news. It
'Cause
was
he
written
claimed
by
it.
a
He
Jew.
claimed
You guys
it.
are Khazars.
So, Kanino, I have a question, right? So, if they were Khazars, right? We know the Khazars are from Central Asia. How come in Yiddish there isn't any Turkic words?
Got him. That's a good one there.
Say that again?
How
That's a good
come
one.
if the Khazars are from Central Asia, why is it that Ashkenazi Jews who spoke Yiddish, there's no Turkic words in Yiddish?
Oh, wow. What a
Why?
theory.
But why do they have Turkish? Why do they have Turkish bloods?
They don't.
See. Yiddish is a created.
Literally don't.
Hold up. Do you know that Yiddish is a created language? Do you know that
What?
Yiddish is a
Now?
created language?
I need to do homework.
Did you know that every language is a created language?
You want me to do homework at your house?
Yeah, exactly.
Hold up.
Everything is created language. What's the point?
I need to do homework for an hour, though. I can't be like that means like if I'm there, I'm hanging out, but I'm like reading.
Can we address scriptures, because y'all want to run from scriptures, and I get it.
But like again, can you why? How is it possible that if they were from Central Asia, which the Khazars are from, why is it that Yiddish has no Turkic words whatsoever?
But do you know that Yiddish is a newly created language?
That's the point.
Okay, and it was a
No,
dialect.
I've got a real question for you guys. Have any of you read the Kuzari, famous book about this? Sort of.
The Arthur
It
Kessler one
starts
or whatever.
Yes, I have part of it.
It's bullshit.
It's a famous Jewish
It's been
philosophy
debunked.
book.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this. Look at the host, right? Right. Look at him. Are you Ashkenazi?
I'm American Aussie.
Look, you guys, I'm
You're
sorry,
asking
you
us.
guys, the black guys have a whole stick in the butt about this because you guys went through a slavery process. You feel this sense of sympathy with the biblical texts, but you still feel disconnected. However, if you just learn the 7 laws of Noah, accepted Moshe as like, you know, the guide to God, and be good Noahides, you wouldn't have this stick in the butt.
Good point.
Hey, listen, the Jewish, whatever your name is. Can I ask you a question? Where is it in the Bible, right, that speaks about your maternal bloodline being through your mother's side?
It's in the Bible.
That's literally the word, the definition. What do you think maternal means?
Well. You know what I mean.
Kobe, you answer this.
So
I'm actually not an expert.
yeah, because it's not biblical, right?
It is.
And show them.
Bring it up.
If I'm not mistaken, it probably roots down to the law in the Torah that says, do not deviate from the right or from the left of what the judges tell you. And the judges made an executive decision.
See, this is the problem, right, with that, because you guys made a strongman argument with that verse, that has no connection to the fact that the bloodline is through the mother's side, right? All throughout the scripture we see
The courts of the tribe if they were established again, and they were greater than the previous one, which they aren't, would in theory be able to change that because they have that power from the Torah.
It depends.
So you saying they can change that?
I'm not sure, but I think so.
Yeah, whatever you thinking, man, you got to get rid of that thinking because
It says, because it's specifically this verse that gives the Sanhedrin, or really it was probably the Anshe Knesset HaGadolah, the men of the Great Assembly, which was like from then until now the greatest assembly of Jewish scholars ever to meet, about 2,500 years ago or 3,000 years ago, and they established many, many laws.
But the only problem with that logic, right, is that all throughout the Bible, we see that when the children of Israel, when they mix,
tribal lineage is still patrilineal because that is from the Torah.
Right here.
Yeah, not only tribe, right? We see that
it's from Ezra. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's from Ezra.
Not only tribes, right? But we see that when
look for a second, they took in foreign wives that are not Jewish wives. They said in the book of Ezra here. I can't find the verse, but it's somewhere. It says, "We betrayed Hashem. We have taken in foreign wives from the people of the land, but there is still hope for Israel. Now then, let us make a covenant and expel all these women and those who have been born to them in accordance with the bidding of the Lord and of all who are concerned over the commandment of Hashem, and let the Torah be obeyed." This is in, what is this? This is in Ezra?
Yes, and Ezra was part of the Anshe Knesset HaGadolah.
Chapter 10, verse 2. And it also goes back to the Torah itself as well.
Keep reading.
Keep reading what?
Keep reading. It says in the Jewish, what it says, if the child of a Jewish father is Jewish, right? What it say? Why they synagogue?
Yeah. Is your father Jewish?
So a quick question: Is this scripture?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Ezra 10.
Now.
Yes, Ezra is scripture.
And that does not even prove the point that you guys are making, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to understand your Kanech. Why do you care?
Let the Torah be obeyed.
So this is a conversation.
He's not Jewish.
The new edict, the obedience of the Torah, as it has always been understood by the Jewish people.
That does
the
not.
Torah includes three major sections of books. There's the Torah from Moshe, there's the writings, and there's the prophets. Ezra is part of the writings. It's called Ketuvim. It is an authoritative source of Jewish scripture.
Right, but see, Ezra actually debunks y'all because he's not speaking about the maternal bloodline making you a Jew.
Yes, he does.
Why do you think, right?
Yes.
You being a Jew comes from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all fathers. When you speak about Moses, father.
That was before Mount Sinai. That's totally different.
We even see multiple incidents in the scripture where
before Mount Sinai it was by the father. After Mount Sinai,
everything changed at Sinai.
Look at Deuteronomy right here. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 4. You shall not intermarry with them. You shall not give your daughter to his son, and you shall not take his daughter for your son, for he will turn away your son from following me, and they will worship the gods of others.
No, that's not a good proof text, Kobe, because it says both ways. It's an Isser both ways. It doesn't prove that.
That does not prove that. And see, this proves, right, that you guys don't know what y'all
this whole thing is usher because pilpul by Goyim is usher, and it's usher for you to facilitate.
No, what I'm saying is show me an example, right, in the Bible where
follow the Bible only. We follow the rabbis of the Torah who were given the authority by the Creator to decide the law. That's the main source. We know from the Talmud, which is the word of the Creator. The Bible has supporting verses, but the Bible itself does not have any laws. There's no law at all in the Torah that can be derived from the Bible alone. Not a single law is mentioned in the Bible.
What? So you're saying that the Talmud trumps the Torah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no Bible without the Talmud. There's absolutely no.
Listen, this is just Protestantism coming out of your tuchus.
So you guys believe in the Talmud more than the scriptures
because it's given the authority by the Torah.
They're both true, but the scriptures can only be explained by the Talmud, not by your own reasoning that you're just making up on the spot.
Says who? Because
says the Creator.
Says Deuteronomy.
Wait, hold up. You says the Creator.
Yes, show them the verse.
Show that in the Bible.
All right. One second.
It's Deuteronomy. If I think it's 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Chapter show is 16. Shoftim. It's
Shoftim.
16. Deuteronomy chapter 16 in the middle.
You guys add to the books.
The book was given initially with extra stuff that people don't know about, but we know about it.
And remember, you said that you're going to show that the Bible tells you to run to the Talmud, right?
Listen to the rabbis who later became rabbis of the Talmud. Yes.
Who later became the authors of the Talmud.
Yes.
So that's the logic. So it doesn't speak about. Hold up. So you're saying
There it is.
Go ahead. Let's read it.
Wait. Like 17. Maybe it's before this. Where is it? It's somewhere here. Not the very lucky. I think 17.
Because I read the whole book of Deuteronomy, right? And nowhere does it mention that we should actually take consideration from the Talmud.
The court of rabbis that later became the Talmud. It's like they can't.
Can we sing a song?
And who put these rabbis in authority position to actually
Torah.
write
Because
the
they have a
Talmud for
tradition.
us
It
to-
says
for you
Moshe
guys to
received
listen
Torah.
to?
Moshe received Torah from Sinai, and he gave a tradition to Joshua, and he gave a tradition to the judges, and he gave a tradition to who is it, Kobe?
Prophets.
To David? No, it says right. We have the tradition.
Prophets
It's the
come after the
first thing
judges.
off.
After the judges,
But
you
you
have.
guys, the thing is, right? You guys are inserting your rabbis as being the people that has the authority to give you guys another book.
No.
The book. It's given initially by the creator to the.
I gotta head out, but thanks for having me.
Because the
Caleb, you're delusional, bro. Everyone else.
I'll be with you.
Hey,
Yeah, thank you.
repent, bro.
From what?
Yeah, seriously. From learning with you guys.
From the lies, bro. From the lies. Hey, but could you, while you're looking for that, right? Could you explain to me where in history in Deuteronomy 28 verse 32?
Here. Deuteronomy 17 verse 8. Chapter 17.
Kobe, can you start doing Shar Yifud on here instead of this in the future?
Yeah, if anyone's watching, maybe we will.
Next time we do this, because it's actually lechatchila to learn with you guys.
Yeah. I'll do it with you maybe.
Hey, I gotta drop in a second.
Oh, okay, now you have to jump when you have to prove.
I have class.
That's what they all say. Who needs class when you have the creator? Right here. Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 8. The matter eludes you in judgments, etc. You shall rise up and go to the place that Hashem chooses. And then you shall come to the Levitic Kohanim, and the judges will be in those days. And you shall inquire, and they will tell you the words of judgments. So whenever you have a question in the Torah, go to these judges to tell you what to do. You shall do according to the word they tell you, from the place the Lord will choose. And you shall observe to do according to all they instruct you. According to the law they instruct you, and according to the judgment.
Wait, how are you adding the Talmud in that?
Wait.
Because they were the judges.
The judges that is speaking of are
You
in
need
the
to look, Kaylee, go online and look up the lineage that goes of Jewish teachers through history. It's all right there. You have Hillel, you have I can't do it off the top of my head.
I have it.
Bro, your lineage come from Japheth.
No, it doesn't. You're making that up right now on the spot.
Yeah, you cannot explain Genesis 10 verse 3. Your
Yes, we
lineage.
can. Yes, we can.
No, you can't, because Gomer is a forefather to somebody on the earth, and he's y'all forefather.
You're talking about oranges. We kind of came with you with apples. And
Yeah, I'm talking about origins, exactly.
We're talking about the tradition, the lineage of tradition from Moses until today.
You
So
guys are
we
debating on that.
know
Right
what
here.
that is. We
And
can
then-
even get it all the way down to rabbis who exist today.
Right here, the introduction of the Rambam.
How so? When he claimed that you guys have the DNA testing of David, which was completely
It's
false.
not about DNA, bro. This is about
Yeah.
tradition.
Why you guys claim y'all have DNA?
This is
of
student to teacher.
No one cares. Not Judaism is not based on DNA at all. Nothing to do
Like,
with it.
Yeah,
Zero.
when somebody like me up here debunking you guys, now it doesn't matter. But to a
Really,
regular
if you
person,
so wished, you could go and become Jewish.
but to a regular person, you guys would say, "Oh, we have the DNA, we have the Jewish DNA." That's what you guys
No.
think.
No.
But DNA actually proved that you guys
No,
are
we
not.
have something better. We have something called a bris. We have a covenant.
There's no DNA, dude. There's no Jewish DNA.
It's not about
Covenant is just an agreement.
like
Like
if
right
you
here.
wanted. No. It's not because Kaylee, if you wanted and you were willing to go through all the struggle to do it, you could become a Jew. So it's not about.
Welcome to a new guest. But Potok.
And
Pockets.
Hey, Awtsmoos.
Pocket hopping. What's up?
So, Kurt, this is my understanding. Maybe it'll make a little more sense for him. Essentially, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. This is just what I understand from reading. Also, through what you showed me on Doc Dev with regards to the garden,
Yeah.
with 1 through 7, right? The 1 is not
Oh, you read
called,
that?
but to be called, yes, right?
That's cool.
So the 7s are beloved, right?
That's
Now,
what they got.
Moshe is the 7th, right? Okay. Essentially, in concept, think of it this way. They were chosen, right? They were chosen with their authority. They were given the authority through their practice, through their dedication to the Creator in their practice, in their customs and their traditions. And then there's a hierarchy of sorts, right, through priesthood and things of that nature, to pass down the laws and the teachings. So there is a hierarchy and an authority to wait to give it out. Before anything was written, the connection through the Creator gives them authority to reveal. And would that make more sense for you, Killian?
And this is the thing, right? So I see what you're trying to say, but their review, it contradicts the Bible. That's the point I'm trying to make, right?
But what I'm saying is the Bible was also given to you through writings after being given to them. After being
No, it
passed
was not.
orally.
No, that's the problem that you're having with our
So was it
argument.
not circulated orally prior to being written?
It was, but these people are not the
So who
people
gave them
of the
authority
scriptures.
to
That's what. That's
present it?
so.
Right,
The
but
thing is, right? They
regardless
did
of the
not
scripture,
present.
who
Wait a
gave
minute.
the
Wait a minute.
authority to give them the scripture
Wait a
to give
minute.
to you?
Wait a minute.
Right, they were
These
assigned-
people, even before that, these people have the scriptures, right? You guys need to read a book called Hebraism in West Africa. These people were practicing the custom way before this was written on paper. When you talk about, hold up. When you talk about the modern Jewish people, right? These people, they did not have the review of the scriptures. This is why everything they say contradicts the Bible. It does. Because the Bible does not speak about maternal bloodline. It does not. It only speak about patriarchal bloodline. And they came up with the argument to state that you can find out you being a Jew through your mother's bloodline. And that's false. Another thing, they don't fit the curses of Deuteronomy 28, which God decided that will be a sign and a wonder to identify the children of Israel forever. I'm showing how their logic contradicts the scripture, and they place their identity from the Bible. And that's why they cannot explain why Ashkenazi, who is a forefather.
So only listen to Sephardi rabbis. I don't
But-
care. Go ask a Sephardi rabbi how you should live. He'll tell you the same thing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that guess what?
Are Sephardi
90%
authentic? Yes or no?
90% of you guys actually make up
In America.
Ashkenazi. That is a large proportion.
Sephardi make half.
No, 90% of all the Jewish population make up 90
In
Ashkenaz
America, not in Israel.
as a whole, not just
globally.
America.
In America, there's a lot of Ashkenazim. In Israel, there's half of the country is Sephardi, actually probably more.
And guess what?
Globally, Sephardim are,
The other half is
but
what?
are Sephardim authentic? I'm
The other-
asking you, are Sephardim authentic? Yes or no?
You say
Sephardi
what?
Jews, Sephardic Jews. Are Sephardic Jews authentically Jews?
I think so. They are. Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, so Spitz, listen to a Sephardic or Rav. Go online, listen to your own Ruvain or something.
So you're not
Rabbi
listening.
Yaron Reuven.
You're talking about in the land of
He's
Israel.
Sephardi.
You're talking about the land of Israel. Who make up the other half in Israel today?
I don't care. I'm going to grant you, hypothetically, your stance that Sephardim are valid and Ashkenazim are not, because of the authority of the tradition of the Sephardic Jews, which accept Ashkenazic Jews, we are valid.
It's not about them accepting, right? Because I would say
Yes, it
that
is.
they actually
They
get-
have that lineage.
because they actually get their understanding from you guys who actually wrote the Talmud.
No, that
Ashkenazi
is
Jew-
wrong. Where was the
Hold on.
Talmud written? Where was the Talmud written?
So who wrote the Talmud?
It was written in Babylon, not
Who
in the
wrote-
Ashkenazi, not in Europe. The Talmud was written on the east of Israel in modern day. Is it Iran or Iraq? I forget. I think
it's
So-
by the Euphrates River.
So, but guess what? Guess what? The Bible does not authorize the Talmud. Nowhere in Scripture.
But who wrote the Talmud? Was it Ashkenazim? Was it Ashkenazic Jews who wrote the Talmud?
I would say
Yeah, different
Ashkenazi.
from them. But also do the
But
Sephardim.
y'all claim, right, that it was written in Babylon. But the thing is, we
Claim?
can't find
Ask
that.
any
Yeah.
historian. Ask any secular historian. Even an anti-Semitic one. Of course it was written in Babylon. It was written way before the distinction between Sephardic and Ashkenazic existed. You understand? A long, long time before.
But it's not an authoritative book, bro. It's not,
Well, I'll put it this way.
because it contradicts the scriptures.
The distinction
contradicts
between
the Torah.
Ashkenazim and Sephardim comes from around 1000 CE, where the exiles from Spain happened. Some of us went to Europe, and some of us went to Northern Africa and into the Middle East. Those are the Middle East and those are all called Sephardim, and the ones who went up to Europe were the ones who are called Ashkenazim, which literally means Germanic.
Quick question, right? Does the Talmud contradicts the Torah?
No.
It does. Does the Talmud contradicts the Torah?
No.
It does.
Sephardim, and you accept that the Talmud comes before the distinction between Sephardim and Ashkenazim.
Because Sephardi basically means a Jew who is actually scattered into another land. Basically, what I would say is
No, it means Spanish.
A Yemenese Jew could be Sephardic,
Well,
right?
Brutal.
Sephardic. So
Loosely, yes.
yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that
But
your
really,
logic
if you
does
ask the
not
Sephardic
stand.
person, will say Temanim are sort of their own thing. They
Yeah,
are their
but you-
own history.
Right, but they would tell you that it's Sephardic. Your logic don't stand. It literally does
No,
not.
I'm telling you the facts on the ground, so you can work with that. I'm not telling you
Your
logic.
facts-
I'm
But
telling
your
you
facts is that because a so-called Sephardic Jew actually wrote the Talmud, that what I'm saying is incredible.
No, I'm telling you that the Talmud was written before the word Sephardic ever existed. Because Sepharad refers to Spain, and the Jews lived in Spain after the time that the Talmud was finished, which is around 500 CE.
So the terms that are placed, whether Sephardim or Ashkenazi, are to delineate the region that they went to after being separated. If that makes sense.
Correct.
But the problem with this is, right, is that we see that Ashkenaz was not actually a term put onto them. These were actually a people. That Ashkenaz actually was a was a descendant of someone.
No,
A
no, no,
term
no, no.
Used
Yes,
to
yes.
describe the
He's the
region.
forefather. Ashkenaz is the forefather supposed of the Germans traditionally.
exactly, and that's who you guys descend from. Because
No, we
there
came
was a
and
mass.
dwelled in Germany. We come from what was called some of us come from what's called the Hasidei Ashkenaz, which were the righteous men who lived in Ashkenaz. Some
Can
of
I
whom probably were converts.
can I ask you a question? Right?
Yeah.
Could you read Deuteronomy 28 verse
Can you read
32?
it? I don't have anything in front of me.
Okay, so I don't have a Bible for him. I'm gonna paraphrase it. It speaks about the children of Israel, their children going into slavery and captivity, and that
Yes, that happened in the Roman period
and one second, because and he speaks about how
and in the Babylonian period.
now that has never happened. Show me where that happened according to, because I could show you who I
I'll
could
just tell
have
you.
an idea on
I'll
who.
tell you about Masada, okay? Because this is what I know off the top of my head. Masada was a group of Jews, Biryonim, like soldiers, sort of fighters, who lived on top of the Mount Masada, and they all died. Why did they die? Because the Romans were coming, and they were going to imprison them and rape them and make them into slaves, and it was beneath their dignity to become slaves and become raped, so they all voluntarily died.
Hold on, don't say the R word. You can get his life taken.
Oh, sorry.
But I have an idea on what Jews were actually living in that land around Rome time. But can you show me in history where we see that curse actually reoccurred
By the
according to you?
Romans. It happened by the Romans and the Babylonians.
See, the thing
It happened
is,
twice.
so you guys say I can say Romans. So when I
And then
say
it happened again by the Nazi, by the whatevers. I don't know what you can say.
well, that didn't happen
What are
with
you going to call the
Schmidt.
concentration things unless you can call them, unless you call it slavery?
Well, that didn't happen with
It was
Schmidt.
worse than slavery.
No, it wasn't. Not at all. But
You mean in
that didn't.
longevity? It was like
That
breaded up into this
But
horror.
but
Yeah,
so
why are
listen,
you gonna one sec? Why are you gonna say that the concentration wasn't slavery?
So it was
Of course
not.
it
So
was.
when I say that it was not slavery, I'm talking about referring to the verse I was talking about when he speaks about your children being sold as taken away, sold as slaves, and that your eyes shall long for them.
They were sold in Germany. Loads of business people would rent out Jews to do their
I
work.
think you should, when you read the verse I'm talking about, yeah, you
You
get
ever
more
watch
understanding.
Schindler's List?
What?
You ever watch Schindler's List? Famous movie, famous events. The evil ones from Germany would regularly sell off Jews to do
And
labor.
guess what? Do you know who Smittler got that concept from
Where?
to do all? He actually got it from America. When Schmittler came to
Yes. America also did evil things. We know.
when Schmittler came
And
to
it's real and
America,
it's happened.
when Schmittler came to America, he seen how Africans or so-called Africans were treated and how they were actually getting sold, and he
Why are they so
adopted.
They didn't come
I'm
from
sorry?
Africa?
Right. So what I'm saying is not all people, not all black people in America are Africans.
Yeah, some were South Americans, right?
Right. So, but when he seen how they were actually treated, he actually adopted their European.
Fine, but he still did it. It still happened.
Yeah.
And you
So
want to say, but your point is what you want to say is that black people are also Jews. So there's a principle in halacha, in Jewish law, that someone who's lost their identification as someone who's part of the tribe, even someone who we have strong reason to suggest that they are, which by the way, there's stronger cases in terms of our knowledge, like for example the current Ethiopians, that we've made an easy time. Unfortunately, the evidence is slim and hard to find for African American S words. Sorry, I don't know if you can say slave on this, but in America. So yeah, you would have to go through a harder time for conversion. But if you feel that you're really a Jew, then yalla, like what's wrong? Start learning and like talk to a Beit Din. And yeah, a lot of them are hard to deal with. It'll be hard. It'll be difficult. Self-sacrifice is part of the religion.
but this is the thing, right? You guys believe that goyim are going into what do goyim mean to you? Matter of fact,
A goy means nation, and as a person who is part of the nations, you can be righteous and go to heaven. All
but
you
the
have to
thing
do is
is,
keep the 7 laws and acknowledge that it came from Moshe. That's it. And the
but
7 laws have details. There's learning involved. Like
does it?
for example, say you slaughter a cow and the cow is in its death throes, you may not cut from it until it's done with its death throes, which is part of cutting or eating from a living animal. You must wait until it's done shaking, and then you can start to slaughter and kill it.
But
However,
goyim also means. Does goyim also mean cattle?
no, absolutely not. Cow. The word for cow is behema.
No, cattle, not cow.
Cattle, right? Behemoth. No, the word goy does not mean cattle.
Because I know it means nation, right? But when I've
Just go
read,
to Google Translate. You will not get cattle out of goyim. Goy, like for
yeah.
example, Israel is called Goy Gadol, a great nation.
So why do you guys refer to? I'm not going to generalize all you guys,
Because the
but why do
Goyim
rabbis?
have acted like absolute jerks and have gone well beyond their license to oppress us and behaved disgustingly towards our people, and we are derisive towards them in general. And it's not a specific thing to a particular goy. It's a particular thing about all these goyim that we've lived under have treated us like garbage, and we hate them
So,
for it. We're sick of it, and we're so happy to live in America where things are a heck of a lot better. And we hope it stays that way. And we hope things get even better up till the days of Mashiach, where we have a perfect peace in the entire world and full knowledge of God in the whole world.
so this is the thing, right? Everything about how
Yes, sir.
y'all got back into the land of Israel
Can I
contradicts
get
the
an
scripture.
amen for knowledge of God in the whole world?
All right, amen. I agree with
Amen.
that.
No. You believe
But
that? You want knowledge of God everywhere?
no, I do.
So say
Amen.
amen. Amen? Yalla. Okay.
But listen. So
Yeah,
the
Nick.
thing
Helium, name one thing about how we went into Israel that contradicts the Torah. Name one thing.
you ready?
Hit that.
So when let's go to it. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah 14. Let's go to Isaiah 66.
Okay, I'll look it up right now.
Matter of fact, let's go to.
Whatever you tell me to look up, I'll look up.
All right, let's go to. Matter of fact, let's go to Isaiah. Let me pull up the second.
Awtsmoos, are you still here? Or are you? What are you davening? Your Myrib over here? Is the rabbi here?
Another rabbi.
Oh, there he is. Oh my gosh! I just got into a heated debate with our good friend Rabbi Asher.
Oh,
Oy
no.
vey.
We're talking about
I think I represented very well.
yeah, about the rabbi. I asked the Chabad org rabbi about this, more sources when he's back about it, about if we listen to the rabbis after the Talmud before. Is that
Right.
the debate? Or the different one?
Well,
Okay.
this debate was that I'll just say one thing. I was trying to make the claim that intrinsically at birth, the fundamental nature of the Jew's soul is different than the fundamental intrinsic nature of the non-Jewish person's soul. He was saying it's not true. All souls are created 100% equal, and only when you convert and become Jewish. All souls are created 100% equal. You have an echo.
Yeah,
And so
go
he
on,
was
yeah.
saying when you convert, that's when the soul changes. And I was like, no, your Jew is born different, not better, different. So that
And
was
better.
the debate.
Yeah.
Well, you're braver than me to say, but he was calling me bigoted and racist, and I'm like, we're talking about the soul. We're transcending the idea of race. What are you talking about? And racist, and I'm like, we're talking about the soul.
Are y'all
We're
echoing?
transcending the idea.
It's
Not me. It's not me.
No, I'm talking about Kilium.
Helium, you have to swipe out of the app and then come back in. You don't have to close it. Just swipe out.
Yeah, brutal.
Okay.
Now we'll never let him
No
back.
problem. No
That's
problem.
just kicking him out without actually kicking him out.
Exactly.
Awtsmoos,
Yeah.
am I wrong in my understanding of what I stated earlier? I'm just still trying to understand and learn because, like I told you, I study a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds similar. Basically, the Jewish people were chosen not because of their own advantages mainly, but just because the Creator chose them. I mean, it happens to be that the Creator also offered the Torah to other nations, and they said no, but only the Jewish people are the only ones who decided yes. But ultimately, it's just because of the Creator's choice. So, yeah.
that kind of ties into what Kosher just said right now.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Look, it's like this. You have a baseball team, right? You have the pitcher and you have the shortstop. If you're missing either one, you're not going to win the game. They're different. They're different positions. You can't say one is superior, one is better. People have different jobs, different roles in the world. That's all.
Oh, I agree. But even like what you just said, like there's, I don't know. I always felt that there was something different, and actually, when I've looked back through some of my other family things, I've found they've been coded up in different ways, which make more sense now.
Oh, okay.
I digress. It doesn't matter. I study everything, and
That's good.
I connect concepts and dots. So that's just
Can y'all hear me?
yes.
Yeah.
Better no echo.
Okay. I don't know why you guys are echoing so bad right now.
It was from you, but it's good now.
I still hear you guys echoing. Abe, listen.
We don't hear any echoes. It's only on yours.
Okay, it's just me. Listen. This is annoying. Listen, I'm going to give you guys a follow, right?
Hit me, yeah.
Are y'all willing to have a dialogue or debate later on, or no?
I'm down.
All right, because and we can go into this a lot deeper. I'm gonna give y'all a follow real quick, and I'm gonna bring 2 other people if y'all down. Are y'all okay with that or no?
Right now?
Not now. It's gonna be like probably next time you guys go live or whatever.
I'm down. Yeah, no problem.
All right, so we're gonna set that up. Whenever y'all go live, I'm gonna get a notification and I'll just set it up and I'll bring them.
Okay, no problem. Kalum, can I ask you a direct question? I really don't mean to offend you. I'm a direct guy.
Right. Okay. You guys are echoing. It's like horrible.
My bad. Well, I don't want to assume, but do you believe that you're Hebrew?
No, I don't believe I'm Hebrew.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
But I just read the scriptures, right? I make sense of it, and I don't see the identification on how you guys actually. Because every time I see something, every time you guys explain how you guys got into the land or anything like that, it's always outside of the Bible, and it's like iffy for me.
It says in the Bible very clearly, we were in Egypt, we had the 10 plagues, we came out of Egypt, Moses went to the top of Mount Sinai, received the Torah, they wandered another 40 years in Egypt, and then eventually they entered the land of Canaan, as God commanded. It clearly says it.
Right. You said something like 3 times. I don't know why. But from basically what I think I've heard, you said that you guys are into the land of Canaan. But we see that when that's just the Torah. So from the Torah, it stops there of them entering the land. But we see that they get scattered. Now bring the fact that you guys actually got brought back into the land. That's and if you recommend, if you're going to read Deuteronomy 30, then you will have to prove how you guys got back in the land and other nations helping you guys get back into the land. Israel is not biblical. And that is
okay. So your question is, once we entered the land, and then once we were scattered from the land, how did we return?
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes. I don't know, man. Maybe you want to just completely close out of the app and come back if you're having issues.
Okay, let me see. 1 second.
But anyway, I wasn't that interested anyway in what he was saying. But
I think it's good to have dialogue in the manner that you produce it, because I'm not too far from him, in the sense that I study and cross-reference multiple types of Bibles. I mean, I don't speak Hebrew, or anything of that
neither
nature.
do I.
That doesn't mean that you can't go and delineate the different meanings and then place them and see where certain things are contradictory, and then going back to the older text will give you a better understanding and a different lens. The more you study, the more you go back, and things are going to mean more or less depending on the perception you're going to have after you learn more.
Right. No, I never fault someone for studying and looking critically at different. No, that's good. But I don't know.
I know some people get, and it's hard when you're talking about things like this because people get passionate based on their belief, and it's a lot easier to fool somebody than it is to convince them that they've been tricked.
Right.
That's the last thing that you want to, come across is that realization. But I think out of the places that I found, I thank you, Awtsmoos, because you always give a good place for these things to happen.
You know what a tzaddik is? Tzaddik?
I do not.
Awtsmoos is a great tzaddik.
Is it? Am I?
Yes.
You know what a tzaddik is?
You put a Bainani to shame. He can't even stand in the same room as you.
Are you sure about that? You learned Tanya chapter 1?
Tanya chapter 1. It says that a tzaddik can't stand in the same halls as a Baal Teshuvah, but I'm pretty sure it says that a tzaddik is still greater than a Bainani. I think so.
You should read chapter 1 and 2, because it says that a tzaddik is very rare. The actual meaning of tzaddik is almost
a true tzaddik.
Borrowed term of tzaddik that the Rambam says someone who has majority of merits as opposed
that
to
their merits outweigh their sins, right?
But according to Tanya, it says you can't say that a Bainani, a middle and average person, has half sins because
they never sin.
Yeah, basically, if someone sins and says they're completely wicked, and if they do tshuva, they're completely righteous, and basically, so it's like a kind of soul that we don't really know who is a tzaddik. I mean. Yeah.
So in other words, the answer is that in the moments that they sin, in that moment, they're completely wicked. In the moment they do teshuvah, in that moment, they're completely righteous.
Well, that was an answer for why the words righteous and wicked are borrowed terms. But then the conclusion of the chapter was that there's actually a real term, a quote-unquote real name of tzaddik, and that was the main novelty of the chapter, that there's different contexts of the word tzaddik. And when the Rambam says tzaddik is like majority, etc., then that's like a borrowed term. There's other contexts that have other borrowed terms. But he says like the true definition of tzaddik is like someone who has no possibility of desiring evil. Not only someone who does not do evil, but someone who has no possibility of desiring evil because they killed their inner inclination to doing evil.
But then, to be clear, is this level possible to be achieved by anyone, or it's predetermined who even has the potential to reach this level?
So that's the thing. So according to Tanya, that specific level is only predetermined. It's only a certain amount of souls. It starts out in chapter 1 saying there's only a certain amount of souls since the beginning of creation that are destined to be in this level. But later in chapter 14 it says if someone is like careful to only do good things, then eventually they can also connect to what these limited souls that were destined for this level. So in other words, a certain amount of souls were destined for that level. Some people are born with that soul directly. Some people are not born with that soul, to the soul, so to speak, or they can get like the power of that soul and somehow get some of the benefits of that soul. But then the number of righteous souls is only a certain finite amount that have already been predetermined. People can connect to those souls, basically.
Wow. It's deep stuff.
Yeah, pretty intense.
Where can you study in that concept?
I don't have a sukkah on my own, but I'm going to friends' sukkahs. Yeah.
Oh. I noticed that building a sukkah is way easier when you go to your friend's sukkah. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. According to Torah, you're allowed to just go to anyone's sukkah without asking permission because you're not really stealing anything. You're just like going inside. It's like, yeah, basically.
You know what? It's better to eat in the sukkah even if you give up everything in the world to come. You know the story, huh?
No, I don't know that story.
Neither do I, unfortunately. I was hoping what little I said, you knew the rest. No, it's something about how like a great tzaddik, he was more willing. The offer was you can either have all of Gan Eden or all of the world to come, but you can't eat in the sukkah, or you can give all of that up just to have one meal in the sukkah. And he was like, I'll take the sukkah. And then it turned out he got both. Kind of cheesy, but there's more detail to it.
Yeah, I never heard that. But
we need to focus on this world and doing the right thing. The mitzvah is right here and now.
Yes, indeed.
Is there somewhere that I can go to study this, what you guys are discussing right now?
What are we discussing? What are we even talking about?
Unfortunately, this is like top secret Jewish space laser stuff. You know, we don't just give this stuff out. I'm just kidding.
No,
You can go to Chabad.org. Chabad, Chabad.org.
The stuff we were talking about the righteous and the wicked, that's in the book of Tanya, chapter 1. It's kind of hard to understand, but there's a lot of classes. Look up Sefer, I'm trying to type it out, Sefer Hatanya. Literally, the beginning is where it talks about the idea of the righteous and the wicked, and like what does it mean to be righteous, what does it mean to be wicked, and then that's in chapter 1 is when it makes this new novelty, saying that in the earlier sources where it says someone who's right, I mean the simple meaning of righteous and wicked is that someone who's righteous means they have majority of good deeds, and someone who's wicked means they have majority of bad deeds, and someone who's average means that the good and bad they do is exactly balanced, like on a scale, which is what the Rambam, Maimonides, says, and other places. But the Tanya goes to a lot of proofs. It says, oh, you can't really say that that's the true meaning. Then it says there's the true meaning of righteous means that there's only a certain amount of righteous souls that were created in the beginning of creation that don't have any possibility for wanting bad. But other people, even if they're average, which means they could, an average means to practically do all the commandments they're supposed to be doing, because if someone doesn't do a commandment, then that means that they're wicked. So average means they're actually doing everything, but they still have the possibility for evil. But after a while, they could eventually like attach themselves to one of those predetermined souls that exist at soul level. Big subject.
Hello, Akbar. I'm just kidding. No, it's true. It's the rabbi said it very well.
Not even a rabbi.
Basically, like this, Pocket. Pocket, are you Jewish? Can I ask, or what's your background? Are you a searcher? You're soul searching?
Yeah, I've never been told that I have to do anything. I've never been taught anything. My parents were of a Christian background. However, I found that on my mother's side, her family actually were practicing Jews just recently. But again, the odd thing throughout my entire life is I've never been taught. Like I don't. Nobody ever leads me. Anytime I even come searching for something, and it kind of ends up in this manner where, oh, it's kind of over there. And a lot of the times I stumble upon the hidden places. And
that's interesting.
Just the way that my life has gone.
Wow.
So,
wait, so if I understand, you're saying that like your mother and probably your mother's mother, like your grandmother on your mom's side, you could say that they were like born ethnically Jewish, you could say.
to my understanding,
you could say that they were like born ethnically Jewish, you could say.
to my understanding, the passing of the mother's side, I went and asked her a random question because, and this is always the context that it happens. People go, why would you ask me that? I don't know. It like I understand energy, and I always speak to what I understand as the creator, and I understand different energies, and I know when it is not coming from source energy. So when I asked her this question, she asked me that, I replied, because God said so. And she told me, because it's also a kind of a mystery around what happened between my grandma and grandfather on her side. And then even through the ancestry stuff that she went through, a lot of it is missing and covered. So
I see. Well, I'm just saying, like, if your mother's mother is born ethnically Jewish, just so you know, you're as Jewish as Moses. You're 100% part of our people. Not that you need to be. I'm just giving you some information that according to Jewish law, you would be considered 100% Jewish.
that's kind of the understanding that I've come across. I don't know. If you look on my page, you know, in time, everything on my page is just me in an improvisational mode. Like it comes out of like a flow state. I don't plan anything. I make music and stuff on there, but even when I speak, it's not pre-planned, or it just I turn on the thing and here it is. But what is oddly enough, I've actually seen statues of Moses recently over studying, and I kind of look like him,
Yeah.
which is funny to an extent. You know what I mean? It's eye opening. But like I said, like I've never made claims to anything. I just know that I have a connection to the Creator, and I've always felt that since a child. I've never been able to find someone to teach me anything. Like, here, look, read this, study this way. Here's this thing. It almost seems like something happens and they go, I can't do that, and then they turn away from me, or they may give me somewhere to go look and read, but I've never been like taught firsthand per se.
I hear you. Well, I'll just tell you this, that as far as the Jewish discovery, you have Awtsmoos. So he's part of a group called Chabad, Chabad. And out of any group that is very open to answering questions and working through these questions, Chabad is probably most known for that. So if you're interested, that's a good place to start. I mean, there's lots of people, but if you're ever curious, that's Chabad's whole thing, is they're all about outreach and connecting with people. And so that could be a good place to look into.
Thanks, I appreciate that. I typed that in with the Chabad.org you just said, and then the Sefer HaTanya. But yeah, I mean, like in conjunction with what I was saying, is just I live my life in a manner of like I gave it up a while back. Like it just is what it is. Like he tends to do this thing with me where he takes me to places and then uses me to rile a bunch of shit up, and then I leave. And when I look back and I see the interactions and what happened to people based on their interactions, it coincides with karma a lot, like depending on the way they treated me, and but I live my life according to a certain way of feeling, and I couldn't have told you, like, I searched Awtsmoos. He just randomly came across my feed, and I was like, okay, that seems right. I'm gonna go in there and see what's up. And I know sometimes, like, I don't hang out because some people come in here, and then there's a lot of, people who like to come and argue and things. And in those times, there aren't always time for me to be in the middle of that. But in everything he's given me, as far as when I've asked for, hey, where can I learn more on this? It's always been spot on. And I'm one to read between the lines a lot. So I will definitely dig into the Chabad thing more. And I appreciate you shining some clarity on it.
100%. 100%. Nothing is random. You came across Awtsmoos' page for a reason. Everything is divine providence. Nothing is coincidence.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand that. And that's just kind of how I live my life. People always try to be like, hey, and they try to get me to come on their side for whatever thing. But if it is right, then Creator will tell me. And if it's not, he'll tell them, nah, I gotta go. This one's not for me, or whatever. But it's only for me, is my life is for service and to help and be a good steward and connect things. Like I'm a connector. Like
That's beautiful.
That's the way that I've come to understand it. There's no coincidence when I come across people, and when I look back, I know that I come across this person, and I meet that person, and I meet that person, and then all of a sudden they form a group, and then I move on, but that group ends up having a purpose for some reason, and whatever they do. So I've just decided, whatever, good or bad, doesn't matter which way it goes, it's still good in the end, because
100%.
he doesn't mess up. Doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt sometimes, but
For sure.
What's anything good is, gonna take some growing things. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I've learned to not get hung up on how much it hurts sometimes.
Right. Anything in life that's worth it, it hurts.
Can I ask your background? Like, are you a rabbi? Or
No, far from it. No, I grew up Jewish in a non-religious household, but I got more into Judaism in college, and I kind of got more into it and less into it, and up and down, up and down. But I'm a Jew. I'm doing my best, but I could do much better.
I like that. That's a good, honest answer. I could feel it.
Thank you. Awtsmoos, what are you up to?
Awtsmoos, technically. I'm trying to make this.
Awtsmoos.
I'm trying to finish this Awtsmoos.com website. I had all these plans to make this like replacement for Safari, a social network websites kind of thing, but it's just so hard to finish coding it. But yeah.
Oh, you do coding?
Yeah. I mean, the coding itself isn't so hard. Just like organizing things is hard and stuff. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out. I wanted to make like a new replacement social network for Tor and stuff. I don't want to talk about it too much before it's finished, but whatever. That's the idea, hopefully. But just kind of
Interesting. You know, I once knew a guy who came to the Chabad by me a lot. He had this idea, and he's made other companies, so it was legit. He had an idea for an app called Neshama, in which you would log onto the app and you would choose what you want to study, and it would automatically connect you to like a rabbi who's also using the app, who would have what's it called? You would have a charusa right then and there on that topic.
that's cool. Yeah, I mean, that hopefully maybe that could be part of this website. Did he ever make that website or no? He never finished it.
He never really got to it, but I thought it was an amazing idea.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the ideas for this one as well. Like have Chavusas, like kind of like TikTok, but just all Torah. Yeah, I mean, hopefully I'll finish it soon. It's just like, I mean, whatever. I have like, there's so many like bugs and stuff. I mean, I'm just trying to like finish organizing it and stuff like that. Maybe like Exodus, you have like Torah, Ksuvim, Nevi'im, I don't know, whatever. But
That's amazing.
it's a process. I mean, there's some bugs. Wait, here we go. Yeah, I don't know why it takes so long, but yeah, whatever. I mean, hopefully I'll get it. I mean, I have like a lot of the commentary. I just, Wikisource has like all the commentaries that Safari has, like Rashi, like all of Rishonim. It's all, the Hebrew is in Wikisource, so I just wrote some JavaScript that just took it all from Wikisource, and then like put it in the like if someone like leaves a comment, it's like just one of the commentaries. You could also leave your own comments. But I have to finish it though. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff kind of like out there. Yeah, you could like read side by side kind of thing, and then scroll through it. But yeah, whatever. I have to fix it still. But yeah, I'm trying to finish it. Hopefully it'll be good.
All right.
Nice.
I'm gonna go for now. I'm gonna eat a little bit, but I'll see you guys soon.
All right, eating is good thing to do.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, for sure.
Take care. Nice to meet you, Pocket. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cool. All right, nice.
Hey, I'm gonna go take my dog out. Thanks again, Awtsmoos.
Oh yeah, nice to meet. Good to see you again, and let me know if you ever have any more questions. And yeah, I'd like to talk whatever you want. Yeah.
Appreciate you. Enjoy your evening, huh?
You too. Nice. Yeah, so I guess no, if anyone else is watching, they want to come on, they could come on.